There we go. Shed a little light on the subject here. All right. Hey, how's it going? Greetings, viewers. I'm going to try something kind of new today. Not that. Yeah. We're going to try generating our music with randomness. And there's a few things that I'm going to try to do tonight and see how it sounds. It might sound like complete garbage. There's a strong possibility of that. So, hey. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But there's a few things that I've figured out. And I kind of did a little bit of one yesterday. So we'll try another one today and see what happens. The first thing, though, let's try this. Let's use the rhythm map. Yeah. And I was actually really liking. This is weird. That thing is a freak, man. That was really, really interesting. Random chicken solo. That's all I got. Sorry. Here, this is what I was looking for. The Boom 808 percussion synth, all right, which is basically a TR-808. Okay, but see, here's the key, right? You have gates. You have gates that you can put on stuff. All right, so you go in here, right? And then you get your players, and then you get your beat map, right? So then you get your beat map. So let's double check that this is going to the right place. Gate out for the kick drum. Goes to gate CV in. What is the cable control? Is it control K or just K? Okay. And then snare, gate out. Obviously should go to the snare, although. And then this guy should go to closed hi-hat. And then percussion. What do we want percussion? It seems logical that it would have to go to the 808 cowbell because everybody loves the 808 cowbell. Okay. And interestingly, you can mirror these. So, like, you can actually change where this stuff goes. You can also have it track through random rhythms. So I'm going to try that later and hook like an LFO up to this. So basically, you just hit play, and at this, let's crank the tempo up to something a little bit more usable. 111, perfect. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, know what I'm saying? So that's cool. But then, of course, you move the image around. And then there's a random density thing. If you notice all of these things. So if we turn everything down, and we just listen to the kick drum. So then, as we move this thing, kind of like to certain areas. And if you turn the density down, you know what I mean? So, like, obviously, density is the chance that it will hit. Okay. But see, then we can mirror this. So we can have another thing kind of like linked to the same image location here. And we can have it play something else at a different amount, different velocity. And we can have it learn keys so that it'll play certain sounds. You can actually use this to play notes depending on what you're doing. And that will kind of come into play a little bit later. Let's see here. Hot, fluid, funky breaks and grooves. Did I put this in the wrong place? No, I didn't. So why is it? I don't know why. What if we just turned it off? Oh, then nothing happens. Of course. Weird. It's like automatically playing stuff. Reset step trig in. See, there's no other thing. This should be... What happens if we totally unhook this? I bet you what's happening is it's doing 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, that's a little strange. So how come the hat doesn't just go to the hat? And then percussion should only go to something interesting. But it doesn't. I guess the simple solution would be just to turn that down. See, it's still hitting something in there. Something. Mid-conga, I guess. Mid-tom. Okay, that's a little more like it. And then we can take the cowbell. Make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so there. And then you can just go random density. Random density. Spawn XY, so it just pops you to a different place. Throw a click in there and things just get weird. But see, then you can change the rate. You can put like the rate is 32 and then the steps could be like 128. So now it'll be like twice the resolution. Very, very sensitive. Put that guy back up to 64. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So, randomized rhythms. Yeah, and we can of course try this with a completely different instrument. And then have a... Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Conch patches. Could do one of the weird ones, like this thing. Is it gonna take this? It's not gonna. Oh, D drive. Every time D drive's spooling up, and I'm like, what? Okay, I'm trying to maximize my screen a little bit here, move things over so I can see the Facebook chat as well. So, anyways, welcome. Those are just joining. Doing some stuff with randomness, with I don't know. I guess if you were feeling hoity-toity, you could call it aleatory, but it really isn't. Okay, I don't know what that was. Oh, I know what that was. Each of these is triggering an entire loop. It's like, yeah, that's more likely. Yeah. So yeah, again, we can randomize our densities, we can randomize our position, just let it rip and see what happens. Yeah. So, and sometimes the randomness gets too much, right? It's too nutty. Frankly, if these guys were all locked at like 50%, Kick Drum, why are you so quiet? Okay, so there's one sort of like instant randomness, and then you can just like direct record. You can send this to the tracks. You can be like splat, and it takes what you have, and it automatically sends it right to your track. And yeah, it does a good job. You see all the velocities are varying, like the colors and stuff that are on here. That's kind of interesting, and it definitely humanizes the feel by quite a bit. I mean, I don't think I would choose that rhythm if I were like making a rhythm, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's unusual. Okay, so that's one thing we can do. Let's do something else. All right, so there's all these other players, right? And scales and chords and quad note generator. These are pretty interesting ones too. Quad note generator. Well, let's get an instrument first. Let's get a sound. Let's get a thing. Get a thing to play. I don't know what. I don't know what. How about Expanse? And find some like nutty lead sound. That works. Okay. I kind of like it. And lots of delay. So then we take our player, and then we go, okay, quad note generator. Blanc. So now you can put in your scale, and you can put in all sorts of things. So we just did like this one, and then I have never used this before. I'll be completely honest. Because why would I? Like, I know how to play stuff, but that being the case, that's missing the point, right? So 32nd note, let's see here. Key of C minor, C Phrygian, whole tone. Funky. How about melodic minor? How about minor pentatonic? Okay. Now if we just hit play, Okay, so that's 0 and 100%. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of variation in this, to be completely honest. So I'm kind of curious. Key. Do we have to, like, put in, like, a note? Ah! Interesting. Okay. So then we've got note length, and we've got different patterns and all sorts of things. So pitch range down. We could go down to it like an octave, I suppose. I feel like this should be doing more. I don't know. Like, that's only generating one note. That's it. That's just doing the one. And maybe that's, like, the problem. Maybe these all need to be on? And then they all need to be doing stuff? Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. What about offset? Okay, so that's the bass key. So that we do offset of, like, +3, and then that's the 5th. And then this could be like +10 for the minor 7th. And then we can be like variation, variations, variations, oodles of variations. I don't know what the spread does, pitch spread. So it seems like that would be. Let's try this. Let's go to regular old minor. Interesting. So it's like a really, really complex, note length, and then rhythm pattern. And variability. And lots of velocity variations. That's really interesting. So then if we did like sequencer and we just hit go. Robot marching band music. Now, if we really wanted to kick this up a notch with a blast from our Spice Weasel, we would use this, the Rostnomo, which is a random synthesizer. All right, now it's based on this guy, the Nostromo Spectral Synthesizer, which is a really complex and interesting synth. And I don't use it much, and I'll confess, it's purely visual. I hate the look of it, the layout. It's just like make it bigger. You know, don't cram so much stuff into this thing that you can't even read it. Like, that's sort of a failure. Just a bad design. So, I don't know. So they put this thing out, this Rostnomo random synthesizer. There's no control over anything here. You can't. Oh no, I take that back. You can control stuff. Oh, okay. But there's no like. There's no thing, right? There's no like real controls, just pictures, weird pictures. So then you can just be like random, bam, and then everything's randomized. And then hit go. Okay, now, I don't know, it's interesting. There's nothing in here. I have no notes programmed or recorded in my sequencer or anything. It's all just note generation. It's weird. And then, of course, we can start doing really weird stuff. Like, we could take a beat map, right? And we could have the output of these things. Well, here, let's try something even more basic. Before we get all crazy with the cheese whiz here. Where's my this guy, that guy. LFO to change the map, right? So we can be like this and then this. And then these two will start to theoretically, hello, there you go. They will change the beat map automatically. Is it working though? I don't think it's working. Okay, input. That should be CV out. Yes. Okay. Oh, it's probably because the level isn't very high up. I always do that. Is it working? Can't tell if that's actually doing anything different or not. I don't think it is. Hey, how's it going? Okay, I don't think that's doing anything. What's up with that? This should be working. X position CV input. Okay, maybe I need to like kind of tone things down a little bit. Should be like moving around and stuff, I would think. But it's not. Huh. Okay, rate, phase, shuffle, blah, 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 blah. Envelope CV out. No, don't need that. It should just be like doing stuff. Maybe it's too fast or slow. Hey, what's going on, peeps? I'm doing some weird stuff. I'm doing randomness. But it's not, it doesn't seem to be responding. Oh, wait, I think I know what's going on. Let's mute this instead. Nope, that wasn't it. I thought because I had it soloed that it wasn't taking the input from this or something, but no. It's really weird. Huh. Very strange. I got nothing. That seems like that's a bug. I'll be completely honest. That seems like a bug. Because this thing should be cranking. It should be flipping this thing around all over the place. Input to XY, and then output. See, the output you can't even hook up. Let's just try using one of these. Okay. So, input to X. Nothing. This is a baffling and confusing thing. I don't know why it's not working. I wonder if I could look something up really quick. I'm going to try it. It's worth it. It's for science, I tell you. Reason, beat map, CV in X, Y. I don't know. Maybe. Central XY pad. Okay, yeah. I know this. Beat map, algorithmic drummer. Yeah. Okay. KVR audio. Does anybody have, like, how do you automate the XY access? That's exactly what I'm looking for. Let's search, find, automate the player, automate the XY access. These are more logic questions and region questions, but I got the same one yesterday. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's not an answer. There are no answers. There are no answers. Boo. And now everybody's talking about a poll. Okay, forget it. Let's try something completely different. What else could we use for CV generation? We could... No, not really. Well, here's the thing. This should be simple, right? I should be able to hook up an LFO into the beat map X and Y position and have it automatically start panning around on the map. Should be able to do that automatically. Hence the whole point. And that ain't happening. What happens to this? What if I take the mod wheel here and I do... Hey, that didn't work. Sequencer control. No. Mod wheel out. 2. No. Oh, you don't want to do anything, do you? You jerk. Okay. I see how it is. Fine. Okay, what if I just took that and then I triggered this with LFO2? When does it trigger? There. Okay. And then a long release, so it kind of just goes like, blah. All right, and then we hit play. Nothing. No change. No movement. Could it be that it just doesn't work? Could that be the key? Or is it something different, like this thing doesn't actually put out CV unless you're hitting play or something? I think I was doing that, though. Maybe it is, and what's happening is I just can't really tell because these things are like kind of like locked in place or something, but they're not locked. You can lock them into position. is. I'm going to call bogus. I'm going to call bogosity on this one. Okay, yeah, hell if I know. Maybe it just, man, I'll try one more thing here. While your laptop catches on fire? Is that what's going on? Laptop is catching on fire? That's terrible. Well, this is not working as I would have hoped, and that's really disappointing. That's really disappointing because, man, that'd be so cool. Like, here's a random rhythm. Also, here's a thing making it more random. Just throwing in an extra layer. I do this kind of stuff with my modular synth all the time, where, like, well, maybe, what else could we do? I don't freaking know. Yeah, I'm using Beatmap, but I'm also using Quad Note Generator. So then we get this. And I'm also using a random synthesizer with a random sound. It has no controls, really. All you can do is make a randomization of everything. So... Okay, but let's also change our drums because those drums are starting to wear on my ears. How about that? See how that sounds. Oh, sorry. D drive has to wake up. Maybe not? Probably not. Okay, see, yeah, and this is a problem because this thing is like, here, your notes should always be in exactly the same place. So there's one, and then snare should go here into snare, and then hat should go to the, whatever the hi-hat is. I don't know which one it is. 9? Okay. So then that guy goes to like 9. There. Right? And then percussion, I don't know, whatever we want to use. How about tambourine? 14. So then gate out goes to 14. Okay, so here is the problem. I'm going to try something completely different here. This guy is going to get deleted. All right, where you at? Delete. Delete. Puppy, come on. There, go away. All right, I'm going to drag it back in, and I am going to hit shift. And when you hold shift, it doesn't connect with... Oh, I see how it works. No, it has to. Dang it. I thought I had outsmarted it. It doesn't work. How about the drum sequencer? Does that have any randomization stuff in it? I don't think it does. I mean, there's probability. Well, if that isn't going to work, then that really stinks. Well, let's try the beat map again and see if we can't get it working here. And it might just be a matter of like hooking stuff up and hoping for the best. I think it's going to work the best in... Well, I wanted it to play randomized rhythms, but then I wanted those rhythms to change. I wanted this LFO to like affect the map and have it constantly be shifting positions and doing all kinds of stuff. And it doesn't seem like it's doing that at all, which is kind of disappointing. So I'm not really sure what the next thing to do would be. Let's try a different drum machine for one thing. So if we do like spawn XY, random location. Or we can try one of the new instruments, because they made all these things at like the same time, right? So the Club drums and the retro beats. Try this one instead. That's weird. So those are our hats. Yeah, and you can actually program that stuff directly in here. Like there is a stutter and a bit crusher and stuff like that, or chopper they call it. So you can be like, okay, chop, and then probabilities and stuff for all of your instruments for each one. You can do that. Kind of cool. It's pretty sweet, I'll be completely honest. This just confuses me. Like, why is... Maybe I'm just missing the point. Map. This should go to XY. Yeah, beat map is controlling that, exactly. But again, like I said, I would love to have the map change automatically. You should be able to do that, because here's the thing, and it looks like it should work, but it doesn't. So, boo! Boo hiss on that. And if we do like an envelope CV out, I don't think that's going to work either. No, we tried that before. Okay, well, let's just leave it alone then. And then let's look back at this guy. New sound. Change key. D-sharp Phrygian. Change the rhythm here. Make sure this stuff is actually all working. And then obviously this, you can actually quarter and triplet. How does that sound? Oh God. Oh God. Okay, that was weird. Hmm. Ha. Yeah. Some of these are going to be very tempo dependent too, so I really want to check and like, okay, at 85. Okay, that's shocking. What does this one sound like? Sounds like nothing. How would you use that? I don't know. Good question. You'd probably not. Or you'd use it to generate ideas, right? Because then what you can do is like direct record or send this to track. All right. So if this is going to be like, now here's the thing I don't get. It's clearly playing 30-second notes. I can hear it. It's like boom, and it should be like 16th notes. That's what I've got it set to. 16th notes right there. And it's just like, no, screw you. I'm going to do what I want. It's a little strange. What if you just did like a mono line? So that's 16th notes. But see, here's the thing. Every time you play it, it's different. So like if we do this, let's stretch this out. Let's test this. Let's put this at 32 measures. Okay. And then we push the send to track button and wait for my D drive to wake up again. Oh no, it just takes a while. Ha. The global steps is the number of steps before it repeats itself. Okay. So in other words, it's a 16th note and you've got 32 steps. That means it's basically going to play a 2-measure rhythm. Right? Okay, so this is what it made. This horrifying monstrosity of stuff. Like, okay. Yikes. Let's hear it. Okay, no, it's fairly distasteful, but it definitely does the job of randomizing notes to a degree, to an extent. I think for purposes of just hearing it, I'm going to change the sound. Let's do that. Let's just throw a radical keys on here. Wurlitzer, meh. More of a Rhodes fan myself. Okay, anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to do this thing and then have a patch throwing on here. I'm very good at just crapping out a random jam band chord progression. It's a strange quality of mine. Hey, how come you're not running? Oh, because bypass is on. Derp. Okay, weird. Now, what if you just crank it up 130? See, and then you can freeze or store this much. So like here it plays the same thing. Here it's randomized. Okay, now here's the question. Got this LFO here. Can I... Yeah, so I can change the amount of variation. I can change the pitch offset. I can change the pattern select with each of these. So we could just throw one on here and see what happens. I mean, it should be working. Oh, here's the ultimate test. Let's put this on freeze length. Ah, there it is. See, it's working. So there it is. Okay, so that's just automated. Why doesn't it work on the other one? I'll don't know. There's no reason. Yeah, it's a little nuts. A little fast. Well, everything sounds better with delay. Hey, Techno Radio's back. Welcome back. So just like a really, really basic smooth roads, maybe. That'd be nice. So yeah, again, how do you use this stuff? Yeah, that thing on the freeze length is not super duper useful. More interesting would be to like put it on the pitch offset so that it like changes its range automatically. And that's different. So yeah, maybe this is interesting, but you know what? It'd be a really hard time to generate a an actual usable melody or anything in real time. You could use this to get some ideas about stuff, which would be, I think that's where it really comes into play. C Mixolydian, endless line. Okay. Um, you could take the entire thing and like bring your notes down and stuff. But I don't like that was weird. You see that little these little scale runs and stuff? Like what? That was kind of cool. What would sad story be? Let's slow it down. Let's put it like 72 and see what happens. This is weird. Yeah. So the possibilities are there. I'm a little annoyed that the beat map doesn't work for that. Now, you could also use the beat map to do this kind of stuff, right? You could take the gates and use them to trigger like specific notes. That would be a little bit more difficult, but like you could learn key. You could be like, okay, I want this to play an F, and then go through and like have each of these things 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like play the notes of a scale, for example. So yeah, I'd be curious if you somehow could combine the two of these into like one bizarre beast and do some really interesting stuff. So I don't know. Or could you just use this with a scales and chords module and then wait, we're on to something. Okay, this is my last stupid experiment, okay? And it is a stupid experiment. Believe me, I understand. Okay? What did I have before? It wasn't that. Well, we should put it on a polysynth anyways, so there. This is going to be weird. Okay, now I don't know if this is going to work. It is. It's working. But it's really low. So you could... Okay. So you could take these and like change the key, basically. Crank these things up into like a mid-range kind of a thing. Okay, so D3, F3. Honestly, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to throw them into random places. Okay, because it shouldn't matter nearly as much because it's going into the scales and chords thing, right? So then if we change the scale and change the chord, it should be able to change the, so like here, C major, what if we put it on, Lydian, D Lydian. And if we changed our rate to 1/8, let's say. So that's pretty cool. And we could change inversions. And then obviously we could also do... And now we've just written a Radiohead song. So that's pretty interesting. Now, there's not a lot of variation. That's the thing. So you would have to, like I said, this would be so cool if this worked, but it's not working. Why doesn't this work? Why can't I stick the LFOs and have it randomly go to a new beat map? Just like automatic location. That would be awesome. Spawn XY. New stuff. Okay, and then obviously you could change... You know, you could change to a different key and stuff like that. I don't know what the filter notes thing does. So we'd have to put this on a different thing here. And then you could change the density of everything too, and like go really nuts with this. Still sounds like it's in D. I have a feeling this matters. Like when you put the keys to certain things, I have a feeling that makes a big difference. But it works, so that's kind of cool. I did not expect it to just automatically like glop into there and like just work. So obviously they kind of figured somebody else was going to do this. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Kind of weird. So tonight's stream is going to be a little short. I'm going to work a little bit more on one of these other tunes. Probably Hard Rain. That was the one I started with the live drums the other day. I'm going to do some more beating those drums into shape. And not that guy. No. Okay. And I kind of started on a new section of it too, and it's okay. Okay. So what I need to do then is to figure out if if there's a usable chunk of these drums that I can use. Six, seven. Yeah, see there's just a random cymbal hit, which I don't like. Like on bar 7. It's a little strange. So part of me is like, I wonder if I could just take that one little chunk and just mute it. I bet not. I'd have to chop it out. I'd have to be like, snip, snip, and then take this one little part, and then like, mute it, which is lame and annoying, but it could be done. Let's hear. Does that work? Or is it just super awkward? Picked up in the other overhead. Boo. Okay. So like that, and then this again. Yoink. And let's see if that works. It's still picking up in like all of the microphones, so no, it didn't really work at all. So, okay. And then what else? We like randomly created bits in there. Okay. Well, that sort of stinks. So I wonder if the first part of this is super usable. So the fact that it starts with a crash is great. China crash. That's really good. 2, 3, 4. So we could just have the first 4 measures. I hate to do this because the drumming was really good, but I don't want to have to chop it up into little tiny bits just to make it usable. But I think I'm going to have to. So what could we do here? We could 2, 3, 4, 2 measures, and then take that guy and that guy, and then this should be an 8 measure loop right here. It's actually pretty good. And now we have a new one. Okay, so I'm going to take all of this stuff, and I might regret this later. Now, let's just leave it. It doesn't hurt anything to just leave it the way it is. I was going to say to like combine them all into one clip, because this can all get really annoying. But let's color these slightly different shade here, and that way we can tell at a glance. I have a feeling these are the same ones. So yeah, in fact, I can see it. There's that cymbal crash right there. There it is. Let's destroy it. Make it go away. And then we can take these guys and put them there. And that starts with a cymbal crash. And a China, too. It's cool. I think these are the same ones. Yeah, because I ended up looping them quite a number of times here. So all of these guys, copy, pasta, pow, there they are. But the ones at the beginning are not the same. That's right on 4, which is useful. Okay, and I'm going to chop these into 4s. And then this is sort of a pre-drum fill. And then the halfway point, 1, 2, 3, 4, is right here, 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 there, that guy, this guy. Okay. So now I can kind of mix and match these things a little bit more. Like this is a 4-measure part here. And it starts with a cymbal crash. And it ends with a fill, which is cool. And new stuff. Okay. And then layered with that is this guy needs to be like right here. And it shouldn't be dark green. It should be some sort of purple. Yeah, like that. And it should be down here, yonder, next to the other drums. And in fact, this hardstyle thing, that is a kick drum, and it's just being triggered. So that shouldn't be there either. All right, so let's hear this combine and see how this all sounds. Where is the... Oh, yeah, there's no... Wait. No, there should be a mixer channel for this. Oh, triggered kick. It's already in there. Okay, I already have to go into that output. So, beginning... Ba-da-da-da-da, boom, boom. Bang, 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 boom, boom, whack, whack, bang, boom, boom. I was going to say, the Roland is not playing. What's up with that? There it is. Okay, I should take the kick. I should take the kick out of the TR. To be honest, I should mute both of these. Yeah, let's mute the snare and the kick. So now all it is clicky little hi-hats and cowbell that we stole from a Marvin Gaye song. Okay. All right. Now let's hear from the beginning with everything. Vocoded vocals. should have that twice. Okay, and then I'm in a now what situation. Like, I don't know what to do next, to be completely honest. I'm going to keep this stuff here. Oh, wait, this was a thing. Except it's all in F. It's not an E flat. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm like, now what? Um. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Let's save it though. Um. Yeah. This is a big mystery. For one thing, I need a bass. I need like a deep bass. And these two lead sounds, these are not gonna stay. They are not. They sound like flutes. So maybe that's the first thing we should do. No. No. Okay, let's try something here. Let's disable this first of all. Let's do LFO1, 2, filter 1? Filter 1, frequency. There. And then let's put this on a step up mode. And let's tempo sync it. And let's put it on like 3, 4, like 4, like every measure. So that it should be like rising with every step. And then we'll have to do that. And it kind of swells. It's kind of cool. It's kind of nifty. It's pretty sweet. And then what about this one? This guy we should change to something else. Oh, and I don't know what. Okay, who's up a fifth? We can do monophonic legato, or portamento. Maybe a little faster than that. Oops, wrong channel. Okay, that's interesting enough. That's kind of cool. That's a little less preset-y, a little bit more moogly. So now this thing... I redid a few things on this. I redid the vocoder. Using the Reason vocoders. I think you were here for that one. So, this does a pretty good job of filtering out. Like you can hear on this the other drum sounds that are being allowed through, you know, the other room sounds, and that's this. So it's actually doing a pretty decent job. Yeah, but the kick is only being triggered like when it needs to be. Like I found the perfect place on that threshold. And that again, that's using the pulverizer just in envelope follower mode. So you can be like, that's what's triggering it, and then the gate out going into this bass drum thing. So that works. It works pretty good, I gotta say. So like replacing this sound was way less hassle than I thought it was going to be. But it's a decent combo. Like these guys together, it's an okay drum sound. I like it. Nope, it's right on time. Now the hi-hat and cowbell are drum machine. be okay. Unless... Okay, so those guys are muted. Oh, this is what happened. I didn't mute all of these. Silly me! Muting all of these snares and kicks. I had heard that stuff before, and I just kind of didn't care. It's just like, meh, whatever. It's okay. I did this with some of these, but not all of these. I probably got distracted. Some sort of a shiny object. Mute these guys. Yeah, see, these guys I muted. The other ones I didn't. That was weird. Yeah, actually, it's a decent combo. Well, I've got a saturator on this whole thing. That's the thing. Like, I've got distortion on the live drums, but then the kick is not. So like, it can be ridiculous. Like, just destroy it. It's just enough to make the kick crunchy at times. Just ever so slightly. As, you know, adding to the general mood of this tune, right? Stuff here. And then it's the next now what section. Two, three, four, one, plus, plus. I know not what you... Measure 53. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so heart rate is coming down. That whole thing. Matching it with the orange synths. I could. I guess I could. Then I have to record this again. Damn. Okay, let's turn on the click, but really, really, really quiet. Here we go. Let's try it. Okay. And let's solo this because otherwise it'll record everything because it's stupid that way. No, I kind of had this answering part here. This is what you're talking about at 53, the orange synths. So like, this stuff. It's kind of just an answer to. Oh, I see what you're doing. I gotcha. I see what you mean. Coming down. Hard rain is coming down. Hard rain is coming down. Hard rain is coming down. Let's do 3. Sort of 3 measures. Now the cool thing is I've already got this stuff in here, so all I need to do, theoretically, I should be able to be like this to that. And then they should just work. Success. Sort of success. That just goes away. Now, the only thing that's weird is over here. Meh. Shmeh. That. This is an E flat major. Doink. Yeah, I figure, I've kind of figured out the secret is like you have to enunciate really like overdone. Coming down. Okay, so like, and H's don't work well. You have to like it's really annoying. And that doesn't sound that great. When you do it, it tends to overload the vocoder then. It's annoying. I wanted a breakdown here though, to be honest. So this would actually be pretty useful. Oh yeah, that's right. And it switches a little bit late. So this would be like... and then like tuka 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 tuka, and then we just kick everything in, basically. Like this fill, like here. Boom, and everything comes back in again, just like the beginning. Maybe. Probably. Seems logical. Oh, I see. The chords won't fit, unfortunately. These are... maybe. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's do this one instead. That, and then this, like that. I don't know if that's right. I don't think it is. No, it should be. Boom, and then oh, I see. I gotcha. Yeah, that should work. That should work. They're the same. Gotta hear the scale coming in, though. For the end, I want all 4 lead sounds doing like insane like spread chord notes and stuff. And then throw everything into the sink and turn on the disposal. Yeah, it does actually. This is a weird, well, it's distortion. That's a really basic polysynth that I threw some distortion on. Yes. Just enough to implant it into their sub-couscous. Couscous? That sounds delicious. I'll have that. Okay, I'll listen to the whole thing from the beginning. See what we got going on here. Also, what would be interesting, now that I think about it, like that, going... Swear to God, everybody in my friggin' neighborhood has a loud car. That was a motorcycle, so I'm not stupid. But every time I stream, people are roaring by on the street. And it's only going to get worse when it's really warm out and I can have the window open. Come on, quarantine through July. All the way. Just kidding. You know. Or am I? I thought about using a really daft kick drum sound too, the triggered one. So many choices. It's really quiet. What's going on? That one I can feel. I hit this one before. Yeah. Random cymbal hit. Yeah, and then everything goes away. But cutting drums out a little bit earlier, it's kind of like give you the cliff. Here's the cliff. Now you just got to walk off of it. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it here tonight, and I'm going to end it here tonight, and I'm going to get my game on. So, thanks for watching. Yeah, that's all I got. Have a good night. See you, probably not tomorrow. Maybe Saturday night. Definitely Sunday. Weekends are a little bit up in the air. It just depends on what happens. So, yeah.